Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble. It seems to be okay in terms of syncing with the YouTube channel, so hopefully everything goes well. And later it's time for the Evil Within 2 episode. So well, like usually I publish the gaming series episode like between 2 to 3 hours after this one is published. So around that time I will publish the Evil Within 2. So not much to talk about here, at least that got my interest. We got some Starfield. We got an interview from Todd Howard, sorry, in a podcast with Insomniac Games CEO Ted Price, and they were talking about, of course, Starfield and everything about it. But yeah, again, this is always with a spin because it's the game director and the studio like CEO, whatever it is, Todd Howard is in Bethesda. But yeah, overall thoughts is it's I think it's the less buggy game with less issues that Bethesda has launched since I remember, at least from Fallout 3. The fact that they had some time to try to polish out the best they can, of course. At this moment in time, in even the scope of the game, it's very huge. From what I've been seeing, a lot of intricate systems that play with each other, and the fact that the scope of a lot of stuff happening there, it's one of the least buggy games that they launch. And of course the fact that the creation engine itself, the creation engine 2, this version of that creation engine, the fact that it has a lot of limitations at this point in time, and the fact that it's by itself a little bit buggy because it's been using, at least from what I remember from Fallout 3, the creation engine, it's a little bit prone to some bugs when the game on its development, and of course patching them all. Sometimes you patch a bug but it appears another. It's a little bit like that, but yeah, the fact that we have a lot of mods that are like tweaking and fixing some stuff, that it's still not officially fixed through patches through Bethesda. It's the savior to Bethesda games for a long time. But yeah, the systems themselves are kind of interesting, even though I saw some comments that they're a little bit outdated. Again, it's like storytelling in a movie. You can tell the same story, but if you have a little bit of your own twist or tweak on that story, it's a different coat of paint to a certain degree, but it is something that it's familiar, but you are comfortable with. And I think Starfield, from what I've been seeing, there's just a lot of it's almost like an amalgamation to a certain degree of almost every game that they launched. And the fact that they want to support this game, it was built on purpose to try to be more comprehensive in this way, that you can add content and support the game in a long term. I suppose that at least some DLC will come out and revamp to a certain degree the game itself. And of course, when the creation tools, official creation tools, the creation kit or whatever it is, I think it's more well suited for this game because of the engine and the integration of things that you can do with that creation kit. I think we will improve a lot the game, because developers, they are like hundreds of people, but they are biased when they do the game, so they have their own point of views and everything, so they're always kind of a limitation of what they can do, because there's so much a limited amount of persons with their own points of views that can bring whatever they want to bring to a game. And the fact that we have the mod community with different perspectives, different ideas of how to achieve certain things with this almost like kind of blank canvas that Starfield seems to be, The fact that you can add a lot of stuff because of just by the fact that you have planets that are barren, you can tweak a lot of stuff on those planets to have some interesting encounters and or even like side quests here and there. I assume a lot of people will be very creative and improve the game. And I see this game, even though with all the cons that it has and all the not defects, but the things that are not so great at the moment, that can be polished and improved a lot by the mod community, especially when the creation kit will comes. And even so, even without those official tools, we have been seeing a lot of good mods improving, like from menus, UI, HUDs, interaction stuff, even like I saw some mods with HUD that you can change your colors. Some of them even can manage to pick a little bit the position, but I think that will be even more improved when the creation kit is on and launched, because most of the files that you can have to tweak is ini files, so there is kind of a limited use for that. But yeah, we got a lot of texture mods, a lot of visual mods, performance mods that help out regarding the game itself, and I think it's good. I think the game is quite a decent game. Maybe I have this opinion because I've been keeping my expectations low. I was not expecting something completely revolutionary, mainly because of the fact that it was made in Creation Engine 2, and I've been saying that that engine has a lot of limitations. It's not like you can do something the same way that you can do with I don't know, Unreal Engine 5, or even the one that Kojima Production used from Decima Engine, I think it's called. So it's even a little bit more limited than those engines. That's why I think it will be it will take a little bit of time, but I think we will get there. Bethesda games always have to wait a few months until they mature and to a fine wine per se, or a finer wine than they are at launch. But yeah, and regarding mods, we got a new texture pack overalls for landscapes. This is more specific to landscapes. Seems again, it will take time for especially for texture mods, because you have to tweak on the textures itself. So you have to revamp the textures, improve the textures. Sometimes you have to create new textures, and this will take time because it's very fine-tuned. From what I understand, it's a very fine-tuned and time-consuming process to go all over the textures and modify them and replace them, and then verify that everything matches of what the textures you are replacing or improving. So it'll take a little bit more time to fine-tune them, but we already covered one of those texture mods that the same guy, Hulk Hogan, I think, that did for the Witcher 3 and the Cyberpunk game also. And I think they are it seems they are pretty good, because he has a good pedigree on doing those good texture packs. Also, we got talking about Horizon, the Decima engine. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition was listed for October 6th release by a Japanese retailer, even though this listing supposedly it's only for PS5. But this Billy Bill Kun supposedly through a leak or something like that, or from inside information, already said that will be soon also in PC, which is kind of new, because usually from these PS5 exclusive games, it's the case of the Horizon games. The first one launched like almost like a year afterwards, even though it came with the complete edition. So Horizon, and I forget the name of the game, the first Horizon, it came with complete edition. So every DLC, it was a port for the PC. But I think that they are putting this more together. So supposedly going to revamp the PS5 in a like complete edition with the which I don't know how it's called, the DLC, Burning Shores, I think, expansion, and supposedly will go out in PC also. We'll see how it goes. Supposedly, we'll see. October is just around the corner, so if they're right, we will see how it goes. And it shouldn't be. If it is like October 6th or something like that, 15 days, I suppose they will start announcing something. in a week or so. So to prepare people for this launch, we will see. But yeah, it's one of those franchises I would like to try out. From the reviews that I saw, the first one it's pretty good, and the second one it's at kind of on par with the first one. Even though at the time when they came out there was some, I don't know, some drama around the thing, I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those games that I would like to try out and see how good it is. And lastly, we got a trailer here, very interesting, atmospheric story-driven puzzle with a very specific art style, which I've kind of liked. It has its own take. I always like, even though it's like a simple game, like a platform puzzler, it doesn't seem to have like story or dialogue or anything. It's very visual storytelling here. Seems pretty interesting. A solo developer, 6-foot Sheriff, has announced Greenfield, story-driven puzzle platformer, coming to PC via Steam. I will leave a link on the Steam page of this the game, so if you are interested, at least you can wishlist it and keep an eye on it. And of course, when it comes out, I will wishlist it myself, and when I have more news, I will let you know, because there is no defined release for this game, not even a year. So, but we have this tease, which is very interesting. Basically, it's exploring surreal vistas of fractured conscience. You will get kind of an idea. I don't need to read all of this. You'll get an idea of the trailer, because I watched the trailer before I do this episode, and it seems very interesting of how the storytelling is going to be very visual dependent, and when this thing happens, you have to tell the story visually very good for people to get at least an idea what you're trying to say with the game itself. But yeah, seems pretty interesting. Again, I'll leave a link on the description on the Steam page. And of course, I'm going to wrap up here with some gaming deals. We still have Marvel's Midnight Suns, 60% off. The Digital Plus Edition, I think it has like the DLC, the character DLC, because the base game is here, and it's 60% off. So it's $80 if it's not on promotion. So I suppose it has at least the season pass here, which has the the 4-character DLC, which it's pretty good. And this promotion you still have around like 1 day and a half until it's over. I think it's pretty decent. If you like XCOM, this has the variation of deck building. This is from the same guys, Firaxis, the same guys from XCOM, so you'll see some DNA there on the gameplay. And the story seems pretty interesting here. But yeah, it's one of those that I'll recommend on a promotion. We got also continuing until the 5th of October, Ori duology, let's say. So Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition and Ori and the Will of Wisps. Very good games. It's one of those kind of platformers, Metroidvanias, that I will like to try out one of these days. Again, it's will be part of my overall arching catching up with 5 to 6 years of gaming that I didn't play basically any game. It's going to be very interesting, the games I will try to bring up that I'm also interested, even though after all these years to bring up in this one's, it's one of those to see how it goes. We got also Wulong Fallen Dynasty, 30% off, even on the deluxe edition, which is basically got the season pass, if not mistaken. Yeah, it's a little bit mixed here and there, but yeah, it's a little bit a little bit too mixed. Now that I'm seeing 46 to 41. Again, Koei Tecmo, this is from the same guys of Neon, even though Neon has excellent reviews here. This one seems to not be the best out of the thing, but if you like this kind of games, for sure, I think you will not be let down. There was some bugs on performance, but I think that was kind of a patch, so I think it is mainly regarding like the game itself. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm still wishlisting this game because I'm interested in playing one of these days. So let's see. Also, we got the Ni no Kuni IP, the 2 games that were launched: Ni no Kuni, The Wrath of White Witch. This is a remastered version, and Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. This is very Ghibli style RPG kind of a thing. JRPG in the nature, and I always loved this style of graphics, and I think this game is pretty good. It's very positive overall, and it's 80% off, so like $10 here and $9 for the second one. I think it's well worth it. It's got some. I think it's got some interesting story. I watched some videos here and there, and yeah, it's very kind of Final Fantasy-ish to a certain degree in how it plays. But yeah, the Ghibli style animation, it's the thing that interests me more here, and the story. I think it's kind of a okay story. So very, 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 very interesting. But yeah, I'll wrap up here. No plug for today. I completely forgot to bring up my plug here. But yeah, just keep an eye on YouTube channel and also on Rumble, because you never know. You have to have some alternatives here to publish your content. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.